Look at you. Man, no offense. Oh, but would have been vigilant, especially at the throw this message or to those in the villages. They don't have the good villages. But would have prepare ourselves. If you are market to get, prepare well. If you are those who get, prepare well. If you get acid for this battery motor, bring the other for plastic rubber. If you not see any illegal movement, they're gonna take and shoot to them. At least when they see say they will move freely again, they abide themselves. Thank you, my brothers and sisters. Now I say my God took back for this morning donation, this morning propagation. Thank you very much. And thank you, Greg, Looney, the strong man. The way they tell, they send the authority to arrest everybody that all the people that did these terrorists. The one that happened in our lands, they will tell you that they are investigating. Before you know, nobody will hear the topic again. To show you that that is not your land, it's not your country. So my brother, my sister, help build your own country. I told you, come military, they come, so my abone go if I become a guy, Madame Maniaka. So help us make you men or if Gabaka can run a bobo. My mic, yeah, I'm those who I'm still here with you people. Thank you, Dre. Today is the bad day of the redeclaration of the United States of Biafra, which was done by our Dr. Ngozi Orabensi. Are you here? Yeah. The guy was here, but his network is, I don't know what's happening. I've been trying to. Yeah, maybe at least he has some of my submission. I was just trying to let him understand that nobody is trying to take away Mazen Nandi Carlos' glory. Nobody. That is why. And one thing I like with our DPM, Dr. Ngozi Orabensi, is this. Let me tell you, that woman is very, very humble. But are you listening to me, Mazi? You know the Monty? Yes, sir. Okay. Before. Okay. If I know about if I know dear, men are here suffering, you are there talking another thing. Now. Can you tell me? Many people doesn't know what we are doing. Everyone can remember when someone asked, that person who asked that question of somebody or people trying to use Biafra as a collateral. You see the mandate, new dimension mandate, that everyone is paying in money. And the person in charge of that very account has been removing money every day. And any day we made a donation, they will remove money without informing the house or the cabinet or who they are working for. And one question was asked, and she asked why. Now we know the reason why she purposely just leave Biafran government to join somebody whom she always perpetrates evil together. Because she knows that the tension will be on her for what she has been doing. Because of what? Money. Now, the white woman, the white hair in Paris, It's gallivanting of money, asking people to pay money. She wants to give to Butuzo and the men on ground. Now, men on the ground or frontline soldiers now has become something of caricature people use in deceiving the Biafrans. She started this thing last 2 weeks ago, or last 2 weeks ago, spreading messages over the WhatsApp and everywhere. Now revelations is coming out. What she's doing. And these are people we are pursuing the same liberty together. We didn't know that it was just a camouflage. Wolf in the sheep camel. My sister, goddess, river goddess, please tell us whether that person you are defending that day is still the person you are seeing today. Thank you so much. Thank you, Biafra. River goddess, you have like 2 minutes to do that. I have a minute.
So good morning, everybody. I'm privileged to be here. I just want to say one thing, like my brother just called me. I'm not a coward. I'm a brave.
Please, River goddess, you're not coming out, so we can't hear you, please. Can't hear you.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you properly now.
Okay. I say good morning, good evening, depending on your time zone. Thank you for the privilege you gave me by calling me in, and I want to clear myself. I am not a coward. I'm a brave woman, and I've been in this struggle for years, and I cannot stand on a foundation that is not right. I cannot support evil. You've been hearing my voice. The lady you called my friend, if you can listen to, some of his program she did, I am distant. I tell her the way it is. If you can watch, I always tell her, whatever you do, I told her, leave Ngozi Orabeza alone. I told her, you are the one. And you are saying, it's my friend. Let me tell you, even you that, throw this tone at me, you are once her friend too. Why I said this? Because this lady was in the cabinet. This lady was the voice everybody was hearing when she was standing on the path of truth. This lady was dissecting it the way everybody can understand. That's why all of us, we are here, there, fighting the way we can. That I cannot stand, because when I called in the stage, there's something I want us to do. There's one guy that called, and I love what you people did. You don't just kick somebody out. You need to hear somebody. I talked to this lady, God of Biafra, God of heaven, God of earth. Hear my voice. I stood, I called her secretly. I called her and said, stop this. You are dividing us. You are doing more harm than good. There's no way somebody can cancel somebody. I did not cancel her. I told her, a time will come as you are going this direction, I don't stand with you. And when I call in your platform, I always tell you to stand on the path of truth, stand on the path of light. Any day you deviate from the truth, I'm not there. Are you hearing me? When she made the statement she made, though, I was feeling I am a human being. Maybe she was under a voodoo. Maybe she was under sexual. Maybe she was under a lot of things that was like remoting her, controlling her. That was why I said, please, if she has asked for an apology, let's forgive her. This is somebody, because when she started, and I am saying it open in the space, there's what we call confusion. That can bring people head together. It's like a mole, a little mole in the house. When you hear a voice from one party, you don't hear from the other party. Maybe you can clash with the other person. So I am an insider in this problem. We don't know everybody. There are people who are just inside doing their own thing. That's why you don't insult people anyhow. You don't know who is who. So that's why I stand. And I called in order of our brothers, sisters platform. I made my decision clear. I've talked to her and I've told her every day Ngozi Orabense. Every day, maybe she will hear my voice. Every day Ngozi Orabense, I told her, we are now in a government and you respect the people in authority. If Ngozi Orabense is not doing it well, give her a chance. We just started newly. I now told her, Oden Kerry, who is like that is everywhere that has brought all this problem. I now ask her, our office in Baltimore, what is happening to it? Our account, he sees it. What of the several names he is asking? Then how can somebody who sucked our mother's breath will now come to the open and told me, told us that Oden Kerry is the best man on earth? That Oden Kerry did not do anything, that all she said is a propaganda, is a lie. Are you listening to me? That all Oden Kerry said is a lie. That when we are having fracas with somebody, you can tell a whole lot of them. I now called her and said, you killed Biafrans. You destroyed Biafrans. So all these things you are saying is lie. Then the same thing you are saying on Ngozi Orabense. Then tomorrow again, how do you feel you come out and tell us that all you said about Ngozi Orabense is lie? All we want is Ngozi Orabense to step down. If Ngozi Orabense step down, can you step in? Can you do what she's doing? That's where my anger told her. You've gone beyond limits. So please, my dear, even when I come in the space, I just listen, I go my way. You don't put people on. So as you say, she is my friend. She is the friend of all the Biafrans because it's where all the Biafrans go and listen to what is happening. Now that she has polluted herself, then do you want me to say you stand on the path of darkness? You want me to stand on the path of lies? Who does that? I have the fear of God. That name you see, River Goddess, it is real. Look at, there was a mother that came in this place. She was praying, she laid a curse. That's what people don't know. She prayed, they said, anybody who is doing this, bringing this struggle down, doing this, that the God of the land. I don't know her. Nobody know her. We are all here. That curse is real. Then how do you expect me to stand on a foundation that is not, oh my God, a foundation of darkness? God forbid. You have heard my voice and I have cleared myself. As I said it in public, I called her. Have you seen it? Since 1 month, 2 months, she started the shenanigans. Have you heard me call? I advise her. And people that know me, that knows this boy, they are vouching for me that this woman always call this lady, tell her to, I told her to leave Ngozi Orabense alone. The one that got me angry, I told her, Ngozi Orabense has been given a very bad threat. I told her, we have a commandment in Biafra land, and that commandment, thou shalt not contact men on the ground. I am saying it, she's hearing my voice. And this is what we were doing. Mazen Namode Khan said it, Simon Epa said it, and that was what brought fracas between you and Ifyo Mudiko and Madame Azor. And you are doing the same thing. And I called her, you said, your master, Simon Epa, told you to cease fire, not to attack anybody. Since then, you take off, it is worst. And you said, it is your master that told you. These are the evidences I have at hand. And you say Ngozi Orabense is killing the Biafrans. While Asare Dokubo, because God has a way of doing his own thing, Asare Dokubo came out and said he is the one that is killing the Biafrans. Why lady it on Ngosara Desert? Ngosara Desert is there 4 months. And what got me angry, that's what I told her, when Ajere was attacking you, when Ajere and Sonny, they were everybody, we felt bad. Look at what Bam 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 told our COS, a mother, a woman, that your private part will be rotten. That I curse you this day, your hands and your legs shall be broken. And that when Bamba was doing this, all of us, we came and we cried, we fought for you. And I told her that this thing you are doing to COS, who's going to fight for her? A lot of people come into this struggle to fight for Simon because of the victimization, because of the propaganda. And I can't stand this. And I said, stop it. This is a woman, a mother like you. And she doesn't want to listen. She doesn't want to hear. So why are you contacting men? And let me tell you the things they do that ticks me off. Make voice note for me. That is a scam. Make voice note. So group will tell your group make voice note. Bam 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 will tell make voice note. And when some people call on Adadio Rama's platform recently, they will say their name on the ground. And this is something that has been coded. So I'm a brave woman. Nobody pays my bill. I fight this struggle to the last. And space, anywhere there is, I have the right to speak my mind. Nobody will shut me up. Because I don't want the gods to kill me.
Sister River Goddess. Thank you so much for your standing up so firm. I didn't throw any stone on you.
No, you said she is my friend, an icon that I was defending her.
She is friend of all of us.
That's what I said. If I
use that word, it is your friend. I don't think it's the wrong word.
No, it's because the way you said it, you threw it like to me that I am supporting. That is evil. That's what made me to
hold on. Why I use that word, your friend, is the day you came up on the space, you try to give her a kind of a coverage. I was on the space that day. You try to give her a kind of coverage. Honorable Ugo 247 was on the space that day, and he did ask you a question that day, which you tried to clarify. So if I use it as a point of contact, that she is your friend, I don't think it's the wrong word.
Oh, excuse me, if I may come in, listen to me. When I came in, I said, Ada, please has apologized, and please watch my word. I said, her house was a place we conveyed when it was not polluted with it. And I told you there's something I noticed. Clashing two people together. She's a Confucianist. I told you this here. You understand? Even like Miss Aggie that came in that day, even I apologized because it's what Adadio Rama told us. Adadio Rama told us that she will not be alive and fundraising will be carried out on the space. That also Radeze said she's going to take fundraising to the space. I was angry. I kicked against it. I said, we don't do fundraising in a space. So let me tell you how she brings this confusion. When I get the detail, when I heard about it, I said, Ada, no. The way you present this, you twist things. The thing I heard now that I listen to space, a lot of people come in the space to listen. If you have anything like $1 or no matter how little, you can bring it in here. That is not fundraising. Did you get me clear now? So that has the way she twisted it.
One thing again that prompts me to call you up is after 1 week she started this her gaga. I called her personally, not on the program. Personally, I told her, please, Ada, can you make you turn? The route you are taking now, there is no way. She bluffed me, and she didn't continue with that conversation. I gave her time again. I wrote to her personally. She called me back. I said that I'm using English go on her that she didn't understand it. Then she blows it completely out. So she's a friend of everyone. But when you see somebody doing something wrong and you didn't call that person to order privately or publicly, that it didn't show any sign of you are friend to that person. I did the right thing to her and she ignored it. I found out that she's completely astray. She's gone.
I don't want to say more things here, but before I start my words, I said I stood on the ground and I spoke. I said, God that created heaven and earth, you know me. If I have called Adadiorama, we have 4 days. If I have ever called several times, please, all her program, go and watch, I always advise that she doesn't listen. Okay, let me shock you with this. When I canceled Adadiorama, when I told her to retreat from herself, what she tells me, that whenever you cancel me, whenever you tell me this word, it makes my spirit to be weak and tired. Lead me to do what I want to do. And I told her the last moment we had a row, I said, you can't see me. I don't stand on the path of lies. Are you getting me? When you say a mercy, you know one. I'm a medical personnel. I'm a nurse. When you see somebody suffering from Alzheimer's or dementia, you will know. Because if she can go to this length, telling us what happened as a cabinet member, why won't we listen to somebody who has been inside? And I thank God Almighty that showed himself mighty. If Ada stayed there much longer, I don't know what would have happened. God has a way of bringing things out. Ada is not supposed to be in any government because somebody who cannot hold his or her tongue. And where I stay in United States, before you record somebody, you have to take consent from that person. We behave ignorantly. If I am COS, I will do and don't do. I'm going to sue her. Okay, somebody who is like 72-year-old Mama Olo, you live in America. How do you bring somebody's privacy out without somebody's consent? That was what they did to Ngozi the day she called in Adadiorama's platform. Start discussing COS. She's married. She is divorced. She is not married. She had these children. She had that. Oh, damn. We have to say things the way they are. I am not, and I say it. They never born anybody who could tell you that when you are on the path of darkness, I don't.
Can you hear me? Ma, please, I would love to confirm something from you. In United States, I think I listened to you or say this also in Ada Simon Ekba program. I think I watched her program this morning. I joined. Was that you?
Me, yeah.
Yes, the voice kind of related, and you made it especially clear there. So I just want to let Mazben Jukes to know that you've already actually stated your stand, that you don't support what that our sister was doing or is doing now, which is very condemnable. Most of us who loved her, we used to watch her, especially for the fact that he uses our local language to, communicate and spread the gospel. And because of the way she always eulogizes our prime minister, and everybody came to love her, and unfortunately, when I think there was a time she apologized, we thought we could give her a second chance, but what they say when
you're saying something. There's one thing about that manipulation, 100%. She has the spirit of manipulation. Are you getting me?
Yeah, I don't know her in person. The only thing I know about her is I see her online and know some of the ways she actually eulogizes our prime minister. In fact, most of us down here, even it took me a lot of time to even be able to wash myself off listening to her, because she kind of bought a big space in our heart. We know how close he was to her. She used to be to our prime minister. Even the convention was the only person that was sitting closest to our prime minister, apart from our Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. She was another woman that was very, very close to our prime minister, and that was why it became a little difficult for people to even understand what's going on. That's why she's now using that as a leverage to try to create a lot of mess. But I thank God that God is using the people who are very close to her to expose and exonerate our sister DPM Ngozi Orabueze. So, and this thing is very, very trying time. But I know, like today, this morning, I was praying, and my spirit was telling me that we've come to this is the highest of it, and this turbulence is over already. And I'm sure that with time going forward, we're going to see that this whole thing will die off. So I just want to say that you have already stated that stand, and the people can also go and listen to Ada Simon Ekpa. And you also said, just the same thing I had in mind about Ada Simon Ekpa, that whenever the enemy takes one of us, and then God replaces them with many other of her kind. I was so happy to see her still, speaking. It's just the same thing that happened when for people who are familiar with the Bible, about David. David was a boy, that so was it David? Yes, it was David. It wasn't just in a regular military, but he saw a Philistine, circumcised, challenging the army of God, threatening the people of God, and he took a challenge. He came out with the word of God that was in, and took up the challenge. They said that God had given me victory against wild animals. Who is this uncircumcised Philistine? That God will deliver those wild animals, will also deliver him to me. And that is why some people are coming up. So I know that our worst days are over. With time, very, very, in the shortest time, this whole thing will be over. And I know that the battle has already been won. So I thank you for your standing for the truth, speaking up. This is what we need to do. And we know that evil prevail when good men and good women, keep quiet and do nothing. We must continue to not allow them to, defecate, because what they are fighting, like our prime minister said, they are coming after him, not after him. It is us that they're coming after. And you see, today I was even going through the news of the zoo, and now the zoo are passing a second reading for the states to control the resources on the ground. So I wonder why they are doing that. You understand that is even a further, a strategy to continue to create, because they've seen that we've come to a point that there's nothing stopping. So they are strategizing. Now people should understand.
My brother, yes,
I think I have to hold my thought here. Please. Okay, go ahead.
There's one thing I want to say, and I want our people to open their minds on it. That area Ada is going is deadly. One thing is, Ada, if you can hear my voice, Asari Dokubo came out openly and said he is the one that is committing this serious crime in the southeast. Ada, refrain from your words. Ada, listen to me, Ada. Because why I am saying this is, I want to ask this question, Ada, is it Ngozi Orabueze that is killing those people, those crimes that they are? Because those things happened many months ago, before our single estate order. That is one question. Another question, manipulation. Like in the space, you might see a whole lot of people because then Ada was having 2,000, 3,000 viewers before. That is the place everybody is converging. And when you see people in the space, the people should not maybe know their voice, you condemn them or whatever. Listen to them. Why? Because the space is where everybody comes in and everybody can listen. And Ada, I want to ask you, remember that this new state that was created, a new God state, you called it before you called it USB terrorist. I was angry, I called it. And I said, I get to like it, you have gone too far. Then you want to rephrase it again, you call it USN. This is your master that has been inside, being questioned. And you call this new country a terrorist. And I asked you again, what ID card are you having when you went to Finland? Is the same USB ID card. And I told you to call Sonny Aparawa and ask Sonny, why is he calling us USB charger? Are you hearing what I am saying? God is my witness. Why I am saying this is, please, a whole lot of us cannot decode. And that did a whole lot of damages. She did a whole lot. And I am speaking so that our people at home, God will touch your heart to know the truth. Because I can't see why people are still in that platform listening to this every day. Every day, you must resign. Now. So it's not good at all. And concerning Dr. Agi, let me tell you that manipulation. When she spoke in her platform, when she was doing her program, she said, I don't know why I was given suspension. That is number one. And the way she twisted Agi's stuff, all of us, everybody that heard it, that's why everybody was reacting the way they were reacting. That is manipulation, which is very, very bad. So as I am speaking on this platform, this space, I distinct myself from evil. Whenever you hear me or I call it, I stand on the path of truth. Anyhow, you know you're going to fight for this liberation, fight. And there was a word you were using against the COS. COS said, in the near future, I will order a plane and all of us will go down to Nigeria. Nigeria is and all of us will came from Nigeria before we were Biafra. And how do you think? Because our PM said, after the re-declaration, that's where the war gonna start. And this thing not gonna be easy. It's going to take us some years, 5 years or more for our nation to be stabilized. So how do you think, and what you're telling people in the platform, and the whole lot of you witches and wisdom, that you say you are packing your bag, that they say it's going to take you to Nigeria in the I saw you. When you are taking on somebody, the ghosts are watching, the ghosts are seeing, and the ghost sees the that is crying. And when the ghost is going to strike, he's calling my name. Oh, Jesus is calling my name. For you people hiding under computer, for you people hiding under whatever fake account, I'm telling you, he's calling my name. So start emancipating yourself right now. That platform now, rather than if on a or senior pota, open all with you, maybe open and that maybe we come back to her right senses. And that's not I follow back to over her dead body. She will not do that. So you said that, then you now tell me again, please only my name fall back. Create an anonymous account. Anonymous account, so nobody know. This is real. Please only my I'll twist in the car, I'll this is Please only my name. Then you create an account underground. And when is Mama Olowu, you're supposed to come as a mother, and that's Solomon. For how many years you've not been home? You're supposed to come and mediate, but you came and put fire. And then when you forgot to validate this space where you're not another Bojumania. Ogen Terry, Adadio Raman assign all this woman, no young gentle ego and everything. I want to ask, as you are smart, even on Nigeria. Look, you know, like that. If we take the parents' account, we go to the bank. Even if we didn't carry him with it, in account before he came into the struggle. And when they carry him, now why no Biafran government, when you're Biafran in exile, when you're like 60-something thousand, I'm 68,000. If I'm not sure about the figure. Then, even now contribute to the in this critical moment on our own day, all the doing where that one we borrow to you people. So this is the thing that we be looked at. And also you can carry on the more. Okay, now Rosie Stephen. Other do a platform here. Has Rosie said anything against you, Ada? If I'm right, Rosie Stephen. In order to against you, on about the program, what is happening there, and at a point, Rosie Stephen came and cleared the air. Why I am not bringing up it or something, I don't want to maybe people or maybe saying things that matter. I just took time to watch how things are going. That when I come out to say something, then at least it's authentic. Go and watch that program. So, start the propaganda, and someone ever told us at the later day that propaganda or propaganda, and the English Jolo, this our COS, you said that COS is not in good terms with all Batobie. Each 72 years old man has said that Ngozo Desert is not in good terms with Simon Eka. Okay, right. So is Simon Eka our PM? I'm sorry to say. So is he daft that he cannot discern or decode? Yeah, Ngozo Desert went on all this while, and he told us that something is about to happen. Simon, our parents know that he's going to be, talking up. He knows all these things. Then why is he talking about Kabal? Why is our Christian saying about Kabal? You can be in the Kabal, but you will not know. And PM went further to say, as many that are plotting to sell me, as many that are plotting to betray me, it's not going to be easy. So it means that PM knows all this thing that is going on. It's like, I will be like checking my mind. So PM knows all this. Then all the things change Ngozi before this thing happened. Why did you just appoint another person? Why did he? He is not in good terms with Ngozi, and it was Ngozi who we declared this thing. Let's put 1 and 2 and 3 together. I'm a smart woman. So please, I am angry right now. Let nobody mix me up with darkness. If you see me in person, I'm white. So
Sister Rivers Goddess, nobody is mixing you with darkness, but all what we need is just a clearance. You have cleared yourself. Nobody is throwing you any stone. Understand it in that very way. Nobody is throwing you any stone. We need only clearance, and you have cleared yourself before everyone. Please.
Thank you.
Let us go further, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Mazeroni, are you there?
Now. Can I speak now?
All right. Okay. Ma'am Gideon, okay. Go ahead. When you finish, we'll take a Johnson.
Okay. I'm Dalu no. Ekenekwa m ụnụ n'ife unu na-eme ọ kakwa mma ka nsụke nye n'Igbo aka ana m asụ ngiri Igbo enyi wee n'ọbụrụzi Igbo ka m na-asụ na-esụkata anya bụ oyibo asị gị mba nekwa m Again, one night, what can see, see, and now Biafra. Onye si na onwere onye ga-emepenwu ndị amị sọsọ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Ọ na-abụ nnesi ụdị mmadụ anya, nnesi ụdị mmadụ anya n'obi m gọkwa n'obi ndị ọzọ. Ọ dịka ọ sị hapụ ndị a fa wekọlụ kene Biafra land. Mana ọ na problem bụ na fa wekọlụ ịchụpụfa ga-abụzi okwu na ụka. Ya ka iji agba mbọ ka fa ghara ịbata ọfụma. Maka na ụdị mmadụ anụnwa bụ ụdị a na-asị na mmadụ amarọ. Ọ chọrọ ịma na ya amarọ. Ọ chọrọ onye ga-agwa ya na ya amarọ. And ọ chọrọ ịnụ eziokwu. Onye ngwa ife na-agabiga n'obodo Britain since 2007 n'ote ata. Ọ bụ na ife eji anya enweta Biafra. Ọ bụ na ife eji anya alụ Biafra. Mụnwa ka alụsigo Biafra since nọda bilaba afọ. Mmadụ dị ndụ ewee saa ọnụ o ji eri ji na ede na-ekwu iri. Ngwa gị eziokwu ọ na-ekwu n'ukwu n'obi. Ife nji ekwu maka ọ bụrụ na imilikiti n'ọba afọ bụ ofufe ndị nwanne nwaanyị si nọ dị 10 na 10 pence. Imilikiti n'ọba a bụ etu akafa si eche. Nwanne nwaanyị nke ntọ mmadụ na-abụ wee tọ ka o luru oge ejide Maazị eze Prime Minister nwanne nke ntọ si na ọ na-agba egwu n'ejide. That is mkpụrụ obi ọkwụ si n'iru na n'azụ. Mmadụ dị ndụ na-aba anụnwa na-ata afụfụ niile na-ata kafa bụrụ mmadụ. Na-ajụ onwe m, ọ bụ na njife ụgwọ, ọ bụ na afụfụ niile na-ata ka ụmụnne m wee bụrụ mmadụ. So n'ọfa na-efilu n'ụgwọ ka njifa. Because ọ bụ na ị na-efilu n'ụgwọ ka njifa, onye bụ onye na-fight ka ndụ gị dị ka iri karịa nke m nwa na-enyelụ gị aka mma. Ị na-agba egwu na-ejide ya ejide. Wee jụba onwe m, ọ mmadụ one dị ka m na-azọ ife a. Adịkwa m sorry na mmadụ niile emerọ mmadụ niile ka fa bụrụ onye nkụzi. Ụdị mmadụ m ama abụghị onye nkụzi. Ụdị mmadụ m enwero m ụdị ndidi afọ ịbịa ebe a nkwụsịkwa tata echi abịakwa nkwukwu ọzọ nwanne echi. Enwero m ụdị afọ Chukwu m ekere m ụdị afọ. Na ụdị nke m wee bụ ngwa gị okwu tata nche na echi na bifo nkwụsị ya na ị ga-echetire ngwa gị. So na m sorokwa na ndị ga-abụ mpụta echi esikwa m kwụkwọ na line m kwubekwa ife ahụ kwuo nkwụsịkwa ekwu nwee ma ọ ma ekwekwa mme. So na ana m ekene ndị ọ na-ekwe eme ga-abụfa kwụsị afọ ekwuchi gwa ekwu nwekwa maka enwerọkwa m ụdị ndidi afọ ka m na-agwa gị. Ndị be anyị si na ọ bụrụ onye kpọọ polisi na-ekpewu. Ọ na-abụ onye mmekata alụ o jikata ya uche ya bụ ka agbapụ ka ya bụrụ ụzọ tibe mkpu. Ada dị ọra mma so n'ofu, ada n'owu so n'ebua. Ndị nke ọzọ nna chọrọ ịkpa afafa na-enwero minit so na-eto na ịnọ na ise. Imekata alụmanụ ị na-eme n'ime ụlọ mmekata ọ dị ike ga-ejide gị ibulu ụzọ tisibe mkpu. Maka na ndị be anyị bụ nọọ asị ebu ụzọ sịlụ fada kaba na-etinye n'akpa kpọchie ya. Ị na-agwazife eziokwu ịkpọghị asị afọ wee were eziokwu wee mechidi ya. A na-ekwefe eme maka asị afọ iself abagofa n'ụbụlụ ọbagofa n'ụmị ọkpụkpụ na ebe niile iwepụ ya bụ asị ya na-ekwefa. Thank God na our COS DPM Dr. Ngozi Orabaeze nwee ike iji ohere onwe wee na-akọwapụta ife bụ eziokwu na-emenụ, which is better for us. Ọ kara anyị mma na anọkọta kọwapụta because ọ bụrụ na ọ kọwapụtara etu afọ imilikiti bụ ife ga-eso ga-ekwu na ife ọ na-ekwu bụ eziokwu. Ada dị ọra mma right from mgbe Prime Minister anyị na-eme broadcast ada m ejekwu ya ntị o maka enwe m bad character ka m gwa gị bad character nwe. Ị na-ekwu ife adịrọ right, ị na-ekwu ife adịrọ well ọ masị na ọ dịrọ right. Notice na ada dị ọra mma ada akpọnwụ elu So on they change L to R to F. Ụdị mmadụ o nwere ike nne gị ntị ugboro ịtọ na ịnọ ekwube m etu afọ isi ekwu in a mockery way. Because of that, I don't like he get n'anya fụ na ọ mekwe mme withdraw m onwe. So right from time on a program, okay, our DP, I don't make ntị. Number two, but don't make what program or choice make is solo. No, before we go one sentence, or police see more what I say, more what I say. So, Fanjani so na mesore agent. No, okay, PMI, okay, the Prime Minister. Can I have if I Indian agent be reduced? Where get BNT? I never say me to Fupano FIFA. No FIFA for them, cock and them. You listen to Mama, or full phone chopper, Mama, no, Osiris Nanya Kemua. Manama government, a well, because the master on a government. No more who change Kamua. Now get notice in Ogen Kere, I say Isaiah Anyog, Jegai. I can miss a teacher. Now change him more. I saw one good and Kefa made the wrong. No, new change him. New change him. I can miss a teacher. Nakan is no Ogen Kere were cancer. I won't say Nayada a war cancer, then I cut their off. Ogen Kere need to be cut off. Ndi ọchịchị mgbe tụfa ga-esi mmiri ọdịlụfa mma mgbe tụfa ga-esi mmiri ọdị n'usoro nke fa mana n'usoro nke m ka nna asebe na-esoro enwe ụdị ndidi afọ ọ bụ nsọ m aka m eme n'usoro ọzọ mana usoro nke fa ka mmasị ga-aka mma bikos na m anọrọ n'ọchịchị o wee bụ ụmụ ya aka na-expect miracle o na-ekwu okwu miracle MNK kuna Biafra Gabu last miracle on earth. Man, I mentioned that this miracle Gabu no one day. I say, oh Biafra, I want that Biafra. If any name with that miracle, if any name make it but that miracle I know. Gini can this no miracle I know. Nde no nya bu ndi de nyela ya aka. Ndị eche n'onye bụ ndị na-edu anyị ọfụma bụ ndị na-egbu anyị egbu. So expose for ime ka anyị ghọta na ndị edu anyị edu na fa na-egbu anyị egbu bụ that miracle anyị na-ekwu maka ya. Fanja bụ miracle because mgbe ị ma na onye na-eche na-egbu gị na-azọ gị azọ na-egbu gị egbu ịgbaba ka ụkwụ gị ra. Anyị ama ndị anyị na-eso ma ndị bụ ndị na-azọ anyị azọ na ndị na-egbu anyị egbu. Etu aka Chineke ga-esi na-agbapụsị Fanja afọ n'ike. Etu aka ga-esi na-expose ọtị na Fanja apụcha n'ụzọ. Ifu na Fanja pụsịrị ana n'ụzọ, anyị adị set ịba Biafra. And anyị ba Biafra, anyị enwe one mindset anyị ga-eji wee ba Biafra. Not Nigerian mindset na adịa nke Biafra. Therefore, ndị abụzi ndị ọchịchị wee baa na trouble. Because ị ga-achọgodi iwepụ Nigerian mindset wee bata na Biafra mindset. So no Biafra mindset I create kita. I create Biafra mindset. I have a Biafra. If you don't got them digachi easier to deal with. So an American one as I said, in the Chile Kenya Yabu Ngozi, it put every day no a sort of no thing careful. I can a palm on the Dallon ring there.
Yes, thank you so much, Madam Gideon. Thank you for your submission. Why I even come up is because of that guy. He said his name, Freedom for Biafra. Yeah, that's his name of his S account. You know, some of our people, they are very, very ignorant. And talking, you will know that that guy well articulated. It's not even normal in my own thinking. The way I'm seeing, the way he spoke here. So I can see my brother Ugochukwu trying to explain everything to him. Yes, am I coming out? Yes, I come to continue speaking. Okay, don't worry, United, you will speak now. And I can see my brother Ugochukwu trying to explain everything to him. You know, that someone that does not even believe in our PM. How do you think that the person will come believe our DPM? No. If you're trying to explain that kind of a person, you explain that nothing will come out, no good food will come out. Has done. He's telling you that nobody has power to. He's on this page telling us that hungry is killing him. Imagine that kind of person. Hungry are not started killing him until he gets sense. Understand? Until he gets sense, then you will know that change is a constant. Sometimes something changes, and when something changes, you change and continue. All you need is freedom. So when leader change, you join the leader, the one that you know that is doing the right thing. Not you start bringing confusion to yourself. It may lead to your early death when it is not yet your time to die because of your confusion. That's it. I support my brother Rooney in that's his stand. That guy person don't need to come up here and speak at all because he's very confused human being. He does not believe in our PM upon everything our PM has done to secure the land. And no one has the power, only ESN. Who is ESN? What have ESN done to us? Is there anyone hearing about ESN? If not to go and kill cow, after they kill cow and they run away, leave the repercussion to the village people. The Fulani people will come and use those villages and scatter them when those that have caused the trouble have run away. If they go and kill them, they will run and leave the fight for the village people. And you are here telling us CSN. Yeah, my brother United, you can go on now. Thank you so much.
All right. Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning, Biafrans over the world. That guy also, what he said, first of all, shows that he's very ignorant. He's very ignorant about freedom fighting. He doesn't know what freedom fighting is. And a lot of people, unfortunately, they have been following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but they have not been good disciples of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are the part of the crowd who are enjoying, the charisma of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They enjoyed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's charisma, but they never understood what he stood for. They didn't even know his ideology. They don't know his values. They don't know what his teachings were. And they don't even know what freedom fighting is. Freedom fighting is a relay race. It is a relay race. But one thing is this, that at every stage of the fight or the progression or the movement, that's why it is called the movement. At every point in the movement, there will be a leader that will be in the front line, leading the people. But the ideology, the goal will always be the same. What was the goal during when our eternal leader, Dimo Dumeju was the leader, is in front line? It was Biafra. When he went on exile, Philip Effiong took over. It was still Biafra. Now, during Wazuke started it was Biafra. The goal was Biafra. During the time our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came on, was Biafra. When he become captured and incommunicado, somebody has to be there. And that was Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. The goal is still what? Biafra. Biafra is the baton. But somebody will carry the baton at every point in time, being the leader. And that is what is been happening. Now, the Prime Minister is incommunicado. Our DPM is now carrying the baton. It is still Biafra. So that individual is very ignorant, and there are a lot of people like them who are very ignorant, say nobody has the power. No, that statement shows a high level of ignorance, you know. And in life, you are bound to be improving on anything you are doing. When those other people were leading, it was agitation. At the end stage of our leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's IPOB, it was an agitation. And many people who are here today are part of it. Even we're part of the time of Wazirike. You know, our leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu established Eastern Security Network. Why? To curtail the attack of the Fulani terrorists coming to kill people in the villages. When they took him, our Prime Minister continued. And then, at that time, we wanted to move to the next level. And what did he do? He established the government in exile with the consent of the people. And you know that for you to fight against a state, you have to be a government. You can't be a group and, you know, be able to defend yourself against a state, you know. And at that government in exile gave him the leverage to do certain things internationally, begin to, you know, put things in order. I remember our leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu say that he was not going to declare Biafra, but he will declare Biafra when the people have given the mandate. And he didn't have the time to put it, to bring it to the point where that mandate will be given. And our Prime Minister, you know, took it over. We're still working on the same goal. And the mandate was given when he established the Biafra Republic government in exile. And then that mandate, he started a referendum that to which the people gave the mandate, and which led to the declaration. And that declaration was to usher in the United States of Biafra. Now, you were government in exile when you were in Brigi, but when you declare independence, that means you are declaring the ownership of your land. Then you come to your land to take over your land and begin to defend your land, begin to assess your resources, begin to assess everything that is in your land. Then you become a nation, not just a government in exile, but a nation. And that is the transition. So, but one thing I understand is that at every point, at every juncture, there will always be people who will not match up with understanding, who will, you know, have this, who are not following, you know, just like we have some of our brothers who are falling back right now. Most of even though there are people in the front line who knows what they are doing, who has an agenda from the enemy. But some of them are also following them genuinely but foolishly, because they fail to understand that at every stage of those dance, the tune has to change. The way you dance has to change. So, and that is what is going on. You see people like that. Those are the people who, you know, the knowledge, they couldn't get the knowledge to progress to the next stage. Just like when you are playing a game, some of the people who know how to play a game, you are playing all this mission game that move from one stage to another. You know, at every stage, there is something that you have to do to progress to the next stage. It's not and it becomes more difficult, and the whole thing is going to be different. So that is what is going on. So today, we are no longer agitating. Today we have a country, you know, not just a government in exile, but a country. We are a full-fledged nation now, having a government which is now 4 months old. Now, what are we doing now? Today, what we just are doing is consolidating this government, building this government, you know, building our land, putting structures in place, and raising awareness, helping the people to understand that now we are a nation. Some people in their mind, they are still agitating, you know. So, but Like the scripture says that my people perish for lack of knowledge. So that's why you will see people like that. There are people who are still at the level of ESM, even while we now are a country that has the right to have a military. And some people, at the level of Brigi, who are still in exile, thinking that they are in exile, So there are people who already know that we now have a country, we have identity. Even in the United States of America, DOG, has now recognized us as not just a foreign entity, but as a nation. And that information has already been published by our people and our government. It's in the public domain. For some people who see all of these things, they say no. So we have a lot of Thomases, level of different Thomases. They want to put their finger into, excuse me, let me. Yeah. I'm sorry for that noise. It's just keys in the compound. So what am I saying? A lot of ignorance, and the problem we have is that the most ignorant among us are usually the loudest. They're usually the ones that will come and begin to use their ignorance to try to, create a mess everywhere. And that is why what our DPM is trying to put a solid ground, to understand that today we are not agitating. The tactics of agitation is different from the tactics of nation building. You were using a ragtag army and you're jumping in the bush, you're doing all of this. There are many things you are doing as an agitator and a resistant fighter. Today, we are fighting to build a defense for a country that is recognized, already by some countries. And these are the things that people need to understand. There has to be a system of accountability, a system of, how you can be able to put records together, things be organized. That's just what this young woman is looking for, is begging for the opportunity and a little time for things to, be put in build a foundation. When you want to build a house that will last, you want a country that will last. A country, you're building a civilization. You need a time, a little bit time, but they're not the time they have. They're even very fast. Even the resources is negligible compared to the task, but they're maximizing these resources. Now you see individuals who are very corrupt, who have been, who already have deepened themselves in corruption, who are full of selfishness. They try to disrupt the whole thing. The moment they don't have a chance to make a mess of what the government wants to do, they come out in the public and they are shouting and making noise. Then one thing again, I blame Biafrans. We as a people, we as citizens, we must understand that today we have one person we listen to. We listen to our government, the United States of Biafra government. And that's why I came up in this space. I don't want to be hearing things like Botuzo. I don't want to be hearing things like Commander Ross or anybody. I don't fucking give a damn about those individuals. I don't know who they are. My responsibility, the person that I gave my mandate, is the government of the United States of Biafra. The government themselves have the duty to now structure their military, the defense system, just like in the zoo that we are coming from. Do you have any business with the chief of defense staff? No, you don't. When you have issue, you call your councillor, you call your governor, you call all the people who are there. Those are the people that you elected. They are the ones to put on the structure that will protect, administer the government. So the government, but you have the people that interact too. And that's one thing that is the problem. We have no business knowing the men on the ground. We have no business with them. They are defending our land, but it is not really for us to begin to have direct contact with them and talking with them. No, there is an authority that they represent. They are part of they are the offshoot of the government. But we have, if we have issue, what we come on and do is to speak to our government. Our government tells us, look at what we're doing. Our government has the prerogative to, utilize whatever mechanism, especially to protect the citizens out of their defense. It is not the citizens that begin to tell the government who to choose, who to work for their defense. And this is abnormality. When people are coming to ask you, are you working with Caterpillar? Are you working with this one? Are you working with this one? What is your damn business? That is not your jurisdiction. You must know your line. It is not in your place. The government that we have given the mandate, what we need to do is we have issues. See, government, we need this is what we need. Whoever and however the government sees fit to achieve their objective is entirely for the government. What we need to know at a point, the government comes to give account for certain things. But if you see someone who is just an ordinary individual coming to tell you, you're working with this, you're working with that, you're working, that's the problem. That's why we have so much chaos, so much ignorance happening. Just like somebody recording somebody without their permission. Like, a lot of those people, even living in a state, a country where there is law, they don't even know the law of the country where they're living. And these are the individuals who are making noise here and there. Now, ask yourself, why is it that all those more than 4 months now, people come online and call our DPM all unprintable names, but you have never heard her respond in the same kind to them? She has never used a vile word or unprint those kind of things to address those individuals, because she is someone who has lived in a country where there's law. She's well disciplined and she qualifies well for the position she has. And that is why she was going to succeed. And those individuals that are trying to, bring her down, bring themselves down, who are actually exposing themselves, making mockery of themselves. Because sometimes that's why I even wonder why people are listening to those individuals. Because myself, I cannot listen to people like that. If I came in and I've never known anything happening, I've never been part of this whole process, and I am just coming today, all I need to do is just listen to those individuals, listen to this side and listen to the side. And I can tell you that these people have nothing of statehood with them. So, and that is why we have an issue. Our people should grow themselves to begin to see how countries are run. You are building a country. You don't need to come online and be asking Guzo Rabez, are you working with Caterpillar? Are you working with this person? How are you going to be this person? The government has the prerogative to use any mechanism they have to achieve their objective. Their duty is to protect the state, to protect the territory. They will use whatever mechanism they have. You've never seen American citizens coming to tell them who they are going to use. The CIA, you come to tell the CIA who is the agent they are going to use to achieve their goal. You don't do that. That is not in your place. What is in your place is when your government tells you to pay tax. You pay tax to the government. You support your government financially. Then you hold them. You have the people that that communicate with you what the government did at every point in time. So our people should begin to behave like human beings that have sense and brain. And we are tired of all these people coming online because you have access to phone and you have access to social media that individuals created. People spend their time to. Do you know how much it takes to build to create a line of code? You cannot even do any of those things. All you need is come online to be making noise, consuming us everywhere. And you don't have anything to offer to your government, to your people. You think by breaking, you want to burn down the house that you don't know anything about how it was created. You come online and you're berating a woman whose name can be found in all of the documents that makes this country a country. Do you know what it takes for you to sit down and write a line in a section in the Biafra's constitution? Do you know what it takes to write just one line of the constitution? And these are people that handed us down this perfect document. Even the charter that some of you are shouting, who were the brains behind coming up with this charter, coming up with all of this? That is why our Prime Minister values our DPM. It's one of the rarest gifts that God has given to us. And these idiots who don't have the brain are following a few individuals that have been paid, allowing them to play with your brain, and you come online and you're following them to achieve the goal of the enemy that contracted them. Ask yourself, why is it on the day that the Biafrans were happiest that the Biafra was declared, these individuals were captured, very sad, very upset? Ask them, why were you upset on the day of the declaration, where millions of Biafrans around the world were happy and excited? And these individuals went in again, re-strategized, and began to unleash lies. And today, you're now listening to those criminals who obviously you saw that they were not happy that you were declared independent. And the same reason for the birth of this country, that is why our Prime Minister has been detained. And then you are here and you're allowing individuals like that who don't know what they are doing to castigate. Anybody can be a critic. It takes an idiot to be a critic. But it takes a wise man to go and inside and do a better job and come and make suggestions, come up with positive changes and initiatives that can be implemented. Let me tell you something. The best individuals that I listen to are the people who come to you with solution, not the people who come and be criticizing things. They don't have any solution. Those are idiots. Anybody who comes out and criticizes is an idiot. That's what our Prime Minister said to Master Simon Nnamdi Kanu, our only leader. Said, if you don't have anything on the table, I am going to put something on the table. Some idiots were just out there criticizing, telling him what's the plan, how are you going to do this, how are you going to do that, challenging here and there. But what did he do? He said, if you don't have something on the table, I am coming with something. That's why today he's doing what he's doing. Today Ngozi Oronbeze is moving mountains everywhere. She goes everywhere, speaking like a lioness that she is. Can you show me one platform that those people have gone to broadcast Biafra? Have Sonel Barawa gone anywhere to do interview to represent Biafra? You are listening to them. Where is the platform that Isaiah Anyogo has gone to represent Biafra, to tell the world about Biafra? You are listening to those morons. And shame on you as a Biafra, you are listening to idiots. Look at the woman that has gone to everywhere. In Finland, she has spoken to different platforms, different international media, speaking boldly, representing Biafra, talking about our independence and how we are now a country. Every day, go to Biafra handle, USB government handle, and see the amazing communications that is happening there because of the amazing work she's doing. You are listening to people who are gossiping, who have nothing to offer. If you have something to offer, you will come up with a solution to your government. As long as you are there to talk rubbish about your government, you are an idiot. You have nothing to offer. You're an empty brain, and you don't deserve me for me to listen to you. Intelligent people will not listen to you. Okay? So if you think there is something that needed, if you come to the media department and you think that our Dotagi is not doing it right, you don't have to criticize. Do the work, do that mathematics, do that homework, come up with a solution and bring it to the table. That is what our Prime Minister did. You bring something to the table. If you don't have anything to put on the table, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth, because you are an empty brain. That is what happens in an organization. That's why organizations respect people who come up with something to offer. That's why they want to intervene. They say, "Why are you going to offer this country, this company? What do you have to offer?" That's why they ask you, well, "Who are you?" They tell us about yourself. You must present yourself as a solution carrier. If you don't have a solution, shut the hell up. There are people who are working their ass off in the background, doing an amazing job. You saw our the international, the one that is heading our international mission. So, these are people who are burning their brains, putting up documents upon documents. Very sensible individuals. And you come online and you are using free data and you're talking rubbish. And you want us to respect you? We can't respect you. So come and say, that woman in Georgia, that he's running what was it called? Psychiatry. Do you know what it takes for you to open a hospital? I have an uncle who is a medical doctor from before I was born. Today, he doesn't even have a clinic. Do you know what it means for you to own a clinic? You don't know what it takes. And she has 3. Someone who doesn't have a job is trying to berate someone who's an employer of labor. Do you know what it takes for you to even study, go through her profession? Do you know what it takes to get an admission to be admitted in a medical department? You come online because such individual made herself available to save her people. You have the effrontery, you who have never done anything good for yourself. You've never impacted even the people, your immediate circle, and you have the audacity to come and berate individuals who have made marks in their field. May God have mercy on you people. You see these idiots that are breaking eggs everywhere. Somebody that is working from hand to mouth, a 9-to-5 job, you're coming to berate a woman that has built businesses, built institutions. Many people are living life because of her brainchild. Do you know what it takes for you to run a clinic? The one someone built? Not to talk about building one. Those of us who are even employee in a little organization, we know what it takes for us to even maintain our, doing what we're doing. I know what it takes for you to do a little intellectual work. This is a woman that is instrumental to all of the documents and all the ideas, everything that made our United States of Biafra government what it is today. Have you for any one day seen a prime minister come and say anything against our DPN? The woman that is humble, even as all of the provocations and all the rubbish that you say online against her, she has maintained her cool. She has maintained her decorum. She has maintained a high level of professionalism, a high level of discipline. Can you do that? Tell me whoever can tolerate this kind of a thing. This woman is an angel. And you are following criminals to berate a woman. And you that is talking against Ngozi Rabeze, can you provide anything that she has done to you? You don't know. You just jump and you begin to berate someone. That's how you kill your prophets. That's why Africa is down today. Foolish Africans. That's how they killed Thomas Sankara and all of those people that came to deliver them. You kill your messiahs, and you hail your oppressors. That's what you do. You come up and you begin to talk to trash. A woman that, if not because of this agitation, can you come close to where she enters? Can you? You can't. Let's call a spade a spade. You can't. You can't even lick the ground where she walked. I'm just angry with our people who have listened to Nnamdi Kanu for many years, listened to our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, who are foolishly doing this, following a bunch of criminals. It is not even difficult for you to know who is a criminal and who is doing it right. It's not difficult. Look at how all of them are getting exposed now. These are criminals. All of the people who come and talk against our DPM, they are criminals because they were denied the opportunity to run down the government. That's why all of them are going haywire and talking trash. The little opportunity that was given to them, they are using it to manipulate Biafrans. And this is how you want to repair Obatobia that is inside today, making sacrifice for you. It is in the public domain. He instituted a committee to elect, to structure the government that will be taken over immediately after declaration. Those were his words. On the video, it's there. What else do you want anybody to tell you? This woman has been there. I watched her when she was went to South Korea. I saw the presentation the first time and the second time. She's been consistently delivering everywhere. All of a sudden, some bunch of lunatics, some bunch of mediocres, and that's what they are, who are completely intellectually, bankrupt. They have nothing in their brain. If they have something in their brain, 4 months is more than enough to them to show us what they have to come up with. Nothing. And they're telling you to throw away a rare gem. A rare gem. Mazi Drake, thank you for the work you're doing. And the Mazi Benchuk, please continue to do your great job you're doing. Thank God for men like you who have sense, who have gray matter in your brain. So a lot of people, I don't know if these people who are on drugs, that's why we tell them, stop over all this consuming alcohol. Our people are living, a lot of them are into alcoholism, and that is why they have drunk away their brains. People can no longer reason. You don't even need to be here for so long. You just need to listen to this individual. You know who is going where. Go and listen to this question and answer. What could be more transparent than the way she spoke? What could be more transparent? Listen to even the video, the so-called video, the so-called leaked audio that the Amazon released. Go and listen to it. That was a conversation that happened in a secret. She wasn't even aware. But can you see how transparent, how loyal she is to our Prime Minister? How, focused, loyal to Biafra? Yes. Sometimes people can have a slip of tongue. We understand that. And mind you that she didn't prepare for this. She has said it severally, and we know. She preferred, this is an individual who preferred to walk behind the scene. But it has fallen upon her that she has to come out now. Yes, a lot of it is too much for her to handle. She's gonna, adjust a bit, but you can see the sincerity, you can see the commitment. You don't need to be perfect. That's why people, even when you go on journey, people have stage fright. You can actually, sometimes you open your mouth to talk, you have some slip of tongue. But someone that is genuinely, you can tell as an individual is genuine. Some of this communication, what we call it in English, we call it a register, or we call it some of the words you're using, your vocabulary. She has to improve some of her vocabulary. Because maybe sometimes when she wants to say Biafra, she mistakenly says Nigeria. Is that what does that? What difference does that make? It's just a slip of tongue. And for someone who is stepping into a new shoe that, she's getting, trying to adjust to. So there are some things that even some of the things that people can actually overlook. Somebody will continue to capitalize on it. Look at Marawa Soni, information minister for Biafra government, who claims to be running whatever she is running, has never held any space to talk about their plan on getting the freedom. Never talk about what the enemy is doing to our land. Or she go and check what they are posting there. Any genuine Biafran that sees what they are posting there should not even follow them. So you open your space, all you do, Honorable Fulani, he wants to, I will use my connection to end Biafra agitation. She's using her connection to end Biafra agitation, but why can't you talk about her opening a Biafra what's called Biafra embassy in Washington DC? Why is that not a topic? Why are you not using that as a topic? That there will be inauguration of Washington DC embassy for Biafra. Why is that not a topic? Since you want to, everything that she says is a topic for you. Use that one as a topic now. Why can't you use it as a topic that today Biafrans are getting their ID cards and the new batches of ID card is being sent to be printed? Why are you not using as a topic that soon our international passport is coming out? Why is that not your topic? Use that one as a topic. Use all other ones as a topic. There are many things that she's doing as a topic. Use the decentralization of our defense system as a topic, because today people are now going to be walking in a terrain that they are most comfortable with, that they know better. The defense forces will be operating from the territories that are very, very conversant and very, familiar to them. And that will even improve their effectiveness. Why is that not a topic? These are morons. It hurts me when I see some of the so-called educated ones among us listen to me, Dorcas, following them, who have nothing to offer. If you have something to offer, you will not be a critic. You will be someone who comes up with a solution and shows the way, like our Prime Minister did. Our Prime Minister didn't come to criticize Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even though she knows that some of the things, there was no template. What did he do? He went in and did the job and came up with template and said, if you don't have anything on the table, I am going to put something on the table. And that's why he knew that we could never get our freedom just being an agitation group. That's why he made sure that we metamorphose into a government, because you need a government to defend yourself and to fight the government. Thank you very much, my people. May God bless us all. I will use my mic here, please.
Andy, yes. Can I go on?
Yes, I'm here. Yeah, thank you.
Hello?
Hello?
Andy, can I go on?
Yes, you can go on now. I've already yielded my mic.
Okay. Mazi, United States of Biafra, you have spoken so eloquently well. My goodness. You have spewed wisdom upon wisdom all over the place. In fact, the whole place is scattered with wisdom. Brother, excellent job. Solid points you've made here. Incredibly solid points. In fact, as you were speaking, it was as if you were speaking right from inside my stomach. I was like, wow, this is exactly what I would love Biafrans to hear. Everything you've said is spot on. Beautifully said. So let me just add a few things now. You see, now time has revealed so many things. We're beginning to see why people have been doing what they were doing. You know, initially when I don't know who came out, I had no idea why that elderly woman would want to do what she came out to do. But you see how time has actually exposed why. And interestingly, when our DPM was sharing, talking about what was happening during the, what's it called now, the fundraising days, how monies were being moved to accounts. Do you know that our wonderful DPM did not even mention who it was? Just to tell you the kind of DPM we have. In fact, it hurts her to even want to speak about it, that such a thing could be happening. But you see, that nugget of truth, I don't know who is where she is today, spewing all this trash she's spewing. Everything is being
Hello, Johnson. Are you still speaking? Because we can't hear you.
You can.
Yeah, oh, it looks like he lost his mic or something.
John, can you hear me?
Right now.
Yes, your mic.
Oh, okay. Okay, so apparently, I don't know who is doing what she's doing now to cover up what she was doing in the past. And it's becoming clear, even with Ogenkere. You know, it just reminds me of the story in the Bible. Remember the story in the Bible of Judas Iscariot? Now, isn't that interesting that the person that was chosen to betray Christ was actually putting his hand into the offering box, using the money for himself. And of course, in order to cover up, when the time came for the big boy to be betrayed, guess who the betrayer was? The man helping himself, putting his hand in the till. Now that's the Ogenkere there for you. Ogenkere was helping himself, using money that didn't belong to him. All of those so-called donations he was making, he was actually using the money given by Biafrans to donate. He wasn't donating with his own money. And of course, if he showed the accounts, if he gave accounts of all the monies or the books under his possession, everything will be clear. And so that everything is not clear, he had to muddy up the whole place so that nobody would eventually find out all the stealing he was doing. And that's why he became a very easy target for a betrayer. The man who would want to cover up his shady deals can easily become a betrayer. And if he betrays the cause, betrays the PM, betrays Biafra, nobody will ever find out all the lies and all the dribbling and all the stealing. So you can see the motive right there. The motive right there is to cover his tracks. He's stealing tracks. The stealing, the pilfering, the lying. So there was a very good motive for Ogenkere to become what he became. Now we don't know where Akbarawa came in. We don't know whether, well, of course, somebody has said it here before, that Akbarawa has linkage with the Senate president. And so you can tell where that came from, all right? That link. The Senate president of Nigeria The link with Akbarawa, beautiful. That's another angle. Now, the Vam one, of course, a man who needed money to live, a man who is greedy by habit, it's easy to get him. Boom. That's where he came in. So we can see where all of these people, we can see all the different things that gave birth to all of these crooks that have become the saboteurs they become today. All right? Now, what really ticks me off is some of the other people that are in the group that we don't even know why they could be in there. But it doesn't matter. Time will continue to expose things. Time will continue to reveal why these guys became what they became. Just like time has revealed why I don't know who became what she became. Now we of course know Adati Orama, we know she is a little bit, she is in fact, she's a mix of so many things. Initially I thought it was immaturity that was her problem, but right now I think it's actually high level manipulation, high level deceit. There's so much in there. All right. But you see, over time, many more things will come out to help us Biafrans know why these people became what they became. But one thing I'm very happy about is that we are moving on. We are moving on. This is our 4th month and we have done tremendously well. I mean, when I listen to people here on this space, just like I listened to United States of Biafra just now, and I was like, whoa. And I listened to Happy Ume earlier, and I was wonderful. I listened to Gideon, I said, what? The show. I mean, Biafrans, we have come together. We have come together. And since we have come together, stronger and stronger until we push out all of those intruders in our land and take complete control of our winning. Let's talk about that. The Kanu has indeed suffered. Mazi Simon Ekpa has also built on that success and has done tremendously well in bringing us all together to make sure this victory is won and defended. And now our DPM is doing an amazing job in holding that office she's holding. It's incredible. Everything that has happened has indeed happened for a reason. Step by step, step by step, step by step. And we're marching on and really building and getting stronger and stronger. What I think we should do now, though, is that talking about decentralization, the time has come to look very closely at all our state governors. The time has come to really make sure that our state governors are really standing strong. Because any weak point, any weak link at this point will cause a little problem. Because right now, they are the ones on ground. Just as right now we have a decentralized army, we should have people, the commanders in chief of these decentralized armies should be men and women who stand and who are strong and who on ground can really command their troop. We shouldn't be listening to people like Commander Gentle right now. No, we should be looking at the governor of Okigwe, the state of Okigwe. He's the one that we should be looking at, who should be telling us what's happening right there concerning the situation of the security of Okigwe, not Commander Gentle or any other commander for that matter. We should be looking at the state governors. Those are the people. Those are the people that will take over from the Soludos of this world, the Hopus Odimas of this world. So we should be seeing men and women who will stand up and confidently stand up for the government, just as our DPM is doing right there. So while she's doing it for the Confederate state, we should have governors standing up for their individual states, because every state has to be independent, even though interdependent. And so we should be seeing strong men and women rising up, not them particularly because they actually represent the states. Because the Biafra government is not about building strong men or women. No, it's about building strong institutions. So we should have people rising up to defend that institution of the governor of each state of Biafra. Because I was in the combined space of Biafra, WhatsApp group, and I read some publication by the administrator of Olu State, saying that he does not believe in the United States of Biafra, that Biafra is not a sovereign nation yet, that he believes in the BRG that would help us, bring about a sovereign state of Biafra. And I said, what in the world? That somebody who is a governor of Olu?
Those people are liars, my brother. They know why they want to remain in Briggy, is to cover their asses.
Absolutely. Right. And so if someone calls himself a governor of Olu and is telling me that what he wants is for us to be in Briggy, and I'm asking myself, who in the world is that person? And the person is a governor of a state in Biafra? Oh my goodness. So I took that information, I've sent it to the Minister of Information to make sure that it gets to the DPM. These are the kind of people that we should not tolerate for 1 second. You're out, you are out. You don't even know what you're talking about. How can you then lead an entire state of Biafra into that kind of what? Go back to Briggy to do what? So really, these are the kind of things that I really want us right now as a people to look at. To look at our governors one by one, all the 40 states of Biafra. Governor knows what he's doing there, knows his onion as a governor. Because if you don't know what you're doing, then how can you now move momentum that we're moving with? How can you now move with the kind of vigor that you're supposed to move with? Because we have a lot of work in our hands right now. Every single state of Biafra should be people who know what they're doing, people who understand what the whole thing is all about. So that's really where I think we should focus on right now. Once we get that right, then it trickles down all the way. Because once the governor gets it right, then he now focuses on his people, and then it drills down to every single person in that state. And that is how we'll gather ourselves together, become the defense for ourselves, become the hands and the legs and the movement that will take over every single state of Biafra. And so it begins with the governors. So that's where I really want us to focus on and fix, so that we can move on with the same momentum that the general Confederate state is moving on. Because whenever I listen to our DPM and I see that intensity, I see that, what word am I looking for? I see that courage. I see that confidence. Regardless of whatever all of these people are saying, I see that intensity. That's what I want to see in the governors. That same intensity, that same courage, that same vigor, And then it moves on to every citizen, everyone. And then by the time we're all like that, all of these guys that are in our land, it's a matter of time. They themselves would salute and just take a walk, because they would be like, man, these guys, we cannot hold these guys captive any longer. We cannot subjugate people like this because they are too much to be subjugated. But when we have people who do not know what they're doing or who do not know what they're saying, still manning positions, important positions, like the governorship, then we need to fix that very quickly so we can move on the way we really need to move on. At this point, I'll yield my mic. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Johnson. Thank you. Said it all. You know, we ikuku I have fusio na father and trouser inside. You know this one, the one. Oh, he's an age mother. He's an age mother. No, just don't talk. She knows everything. Now we knew why she have to go back there. You know, when during the meeting, somebody said, "What of I don't know." He said, she's where she's supposed to be. I have now got that, that response from our DPM clearer. This last question and answer. You can see how truth is prevailing. The truth will keep marching on. And these gates of darkness will never prevail against them. They are gone and gone forever. This United States of Biafra have come to stay and will surpass and overtake them all. All these lies and propaganda, we will overcome them and keep moving as we are moving.
Do you believe in the law of attraction?
It's a?
Do you believe in the law of attraction?
Of course I do.
That is what is going on. That's why they say birds of a feather flock together. You know, even when they've mistakenly found themselves in the United States of Biafra government, they feel uncomfortable there until they navigate back.
The first fundraising we had.
Go back to where they belong.
Yeah. She was there in the first. But after that first fundraising, she was MIA, missing in action. And people started asking, we're not, the DPM says she is where she's supposed to be. And, they were laughing. It was later. After this question and answer, she went further and explained things that people were like, oh, okay, is that why this woman is doing everything, to push people to start giving money so that they continue from where they stopped in their criminality? It's a very shameful thing that in history, their name will be mentioned as these are the people that used Biafran money for their selfish gain and wanted to tear everything down, and they failed. Mommy, happy you may. You have the mic.
Yeah, I want to say that even though we have known what is going on, I just want to ask three broad questions here. We are brothers and sisters. Anybody that can throw more light, or let's just talk about it, because this is our 4th month. Kelena TV asks it, okay, after you fall back, what next? And one of our brother Johnson just said that, I don't know if it's true, that one of the governor is saying that it's with bridging, because that's what they are going to use to get Biafra. So that raised me another question. Okay, when bridges go and meet all these, let's say they go and meet Congo, for instance, now, what are they going to tell the Congo people? They say, oh, we are Biafra government in exile. We want to let you know that we have our country. Which country would they tell them that they have? Because somebody who wants to be stupid, we can't, being knowledgeable, wisdom is not that you have a PhD. Wisdom and knowledge, and it's being wise, it's not because you are an elder. This struggle and the state of our country, the state of the zoo, has let us know that our worst enemy right now 90% of them, our elders, who have continued to let themselves be used, who has continued to make themselves irrelevant in their own life. So that is the two questions. And then the third question I want to ask here is, do you guys believe with me or think, or don't believe with me, or think that to cut the wings of these people and make them insignificant, that the United States of Biafra has a right to sue them? That is what I just want us to talk about. If anybody wants to add to it, I will come back and talk more on it. But I just want to hear my brothers and sisters' view on it. Thank you.
Yeah, what was your first question?
Okay. The first question was these people saying they are falling back. Okay, after you fall back, what next? Can I now ask that question too? And because why I asked that question is because
one after the other. First question is, if you fall back to Brigi, what next? So who is answering that? Raise your hand.
Can I say something?
It's on Barawa here.
Okay. I hope they are here. Here. Because when you fall back to
Brigi, they are here under anonymous. I'm very sure that they are listening anonymously. Go ahead.
Back to Brigi, you're falling back to nothingness. Because there's nothing. Brigi is already gone because Brigi gave birth to United States of Biafra. What was the whole idea behind organizing a grandiose referendum, self-referendum? The whole idea behind the self-referendum is to give the Biafra government, the Brigi, the power to redeclare Biafra. All right? That was the whole idea behind the referendum. So that the power can be gotten from the people, from the Biafran people themselves, to give the government the mandate to redeclare Biafra. And so, that referendum plan started. And everybody started voting all over the world. Voting electronically, voting physically, and all of the money, all of the time, all of the energy spent. And that voting was successful. That voting was successful. Records were kept. Everything was taken. Then the plan began, planning that huge conference where over 1,500 Biafrans left their homes, left their businesses, left everything they were doing, sacrificed, came all the way in the cold winter of Lahti, Finland, congregated 5 whole days, all the money spent. Why was all that necessary? All of that was necessary to redeclare Biafra. All of that was just simply to redeclare Biafra and become the United States of Biafra. Did it happen? Of course it happened. Now, it was supposed to happen on the 2nd of December, but the DPM saw the body language of the traitors within, noticed what was going on, and on the 29th of November, taking the world, taking them all by surprise, she redeclared Biafra, using the mandate given by the whole of the over 50 million. Can you imagine the number? 50 million. Today, we have countries of less than 1 million people. The Vatican is less than 50 million people said, we want to be a country. Based on that mandate, well-documented mandate, everything is still on record. The records are still there. Able to make that pronouncement on the 29th of November, 2024, declaring the United States of Biafra. And then somebody who was part of the group is now telling us to go back to where we were before the declaration. What sense does that even make? What sense? What sense does that even make? Which is why when I read that stuff that was copied from the Telegram platform of the Olu state of Olu governor, saying that he does not believe that United States of Biafra is a sovereign state, that we should go back to Brigi. And that is what a state governor wrote on his platform. I was so shocked. I said to myself, we have a problem here. And that's why we need to look at every single governor right now, every single one of them. And if there's still any other person that has a semblance of that kind of mindset, that person should not exist as a governor of a state in Biafra. Because that's the kind of nonsense we cannot put up with at this point in time. So,
ask me, Johnson, did you say a state governor was saying something like that?
I am saying,
under United States?
I read this thing in the combined Biafra platform on WhatsApp. Somebody took a screenshot, and it was at the end of the day, it was signed Olu State administrator or Olu State governor.
I think it is the former administrator.
I hope so. I really hope so.
No. It should be the former.
Mr. Johnson, when did you come across of this very?
Today.
Are you sure it's not
exactly from what Mr. Ron is saying? Is this the new one?
Was the one? Yes, that was pushing Brigi, even accusing Dr. Labweze in the past. I knew the former.
I really hope
we will put this.
Really must be correct. So it should be the old one. It's not the new. It's not the latest one.
Okay, that makes me happier. That makes me happier indeed, because that should be some old guy that must have been removed. But I saw it today and I was shocked that we could have this happening. Anyway, I'm really happy to hear that it's an old governor, because such people should remain old. We need people who have some sense and who should lead their people with sense. So I yield my mic as far as answering the first question is concerned. Go back to Brigi means go back to what? Nothing.
Yeah, Biafra, sorry, Mr. Rooney, quickly drop something. You know, for just like a break news, Biafrans, we always been a scapegoat in everything that is happening. Yesterday we had that the terrorists from the northern Nigeria, or the Fulanese, came to kill people in those states, and they were all caught and they sent to judgment. Now the northerners said that they are hunters. Call them hunters. Now they are hunters. What are they hunting? Men. Human beings. They are hunting. they're full of a lorry carrying them. Is there? They came to the hinterland to hunt.
That is that's what is going on. Do you know that their government quickly called meeting?
Even
the northern government now converged, called meeting for 16 terrorists that were apprehended by the people. They claim they are hunters. They are traveling. How are they traveling? Hunters traveling with guns. Do we travel with guns?
Okay.
Now, and I'm hearing, I don't know how true it is that in a revenge action, they burned 18-seater buses conveying Igbo people to Kano. I know, coming back from Kano. I don't know
that is what I wanted to exclude now. Now the revenge by burning 18-seaters carrying the Biafrans. Biafrans, we all should be wake up. Like my brothers and sisters living in this very construction area. The fire is on the mountain. You need not to be told. You need not to be told. Even our so-called brother, the idiot, I call him full idiot, can make a comment of what happened yesterday in Edo State. But he cannot even comment what happened today for killing his brothers, his own blood. He cannot make any comment. And all the judicial killings in Biafra land, this man has never even one day come to say, oh, express his own view about what is happening. To be honest, if I walk on the street and met this man, to be honest, that is why I come down. People can say, this man, are you normal? To be honest, this is beyond the. You know, the pretense they can become, and the betrayer. Or they come all these things for them to make him president or what? Just like it's big.
The person you see there is just a stooge. He signed several documents before he was allowed to be president there. He was just put there to continue the Fulanization and Islamization.
Yes, how would I fish a fair Funya Nishi? Boy, blanket in the ship.
He was about different person. Ronnie, you're not speaking about the person that Venture is talking. Venture is talking about
I'm talking about
P2B. You're talking about